I look so much like my dad, maybe not now, but what about if I do this?
Behind every smile that made America laugh, there's a story we never saw. Today, we uncover what Don Knotts' daughter kept silent about his final moments. A revelation that changes everything we thought we knew about one of comedy's greatest treasures. Before he became the character we all remember, Don Knotts was just a skinny, vulnerable boy from Morgantown, West Virginia. Born to an aging mother and a mentally ill father who threatened him with knives, his childhood was the opposite of the worlds he'd later created on screen. When his beloved older brother Sid died suddenly from asthma, young Don found refuge in an unlikely place: a ventriloquist dummy named Danny. This wasn't just entertainment, it was survival. Through performing, he discovered the gift that would eventually transform his life and bring joy to millions. After serving in World War II as part of a special entertainment unit, Don faced rejection in New York. Too nervous, too different, they said. The very qualities casting directors dismissed would later become his trademark. His friendship with Andy Griffith would change television forever. Their chemistry on The Andy Griffith Show earned Don 5 Emmy Awards and cemented his place in American culture. But fame solved some problems while creating entirely new ones. While America embraced his on-screen persona, the real Don Knotts fought invisible battles. Crippling anxiety often left him bedridden before performances. The nervous energy that defined his comedy was a real condition that tormented him off-camera. Hypochondria, insomnia, and depression shadowed his success. During therapy, this man who brought joy to millions once cursed God for his suffering. His first marriage crumbled under the weight of fame and personal demons. What does success mean when your personal life is unraveling? When applause fades and you're left alone with your fears? Later in life, macular degeneration threatened to take his sight, a devastating blow for a visual performer. Though surgery restored his vision, lung cancer arrived in the early 2000s despite having quit smoking a decade earlier. Even facing mortality, Don's response was characteristically unique. Rather than burden his children with his condition's gravity, he shielded them with humor. In his late 70s, he found unexpected love with a woman decades younger who saw beyond the fame to the vulnerable soul beneath. What happens when a comedian faces death? Karen Knotts recently revealed something profound about her father's final days. Even as cancer ravaged his body, Don's commitment to bringing laughter never wavered. Karen described how her father, literally dying in his hospital bed, somehow summoned the strength for one final performance, saying something that sent her and her stepmother into uncontrollable laughter. The moment was so overwhelming that Karen fled the room, not from sadness, but from joy so intense it felt inappropriate facing death. I thought to myself, I don't want to be standing there in front of my dearly beloved father who's dying and laughing. She confessed years later. A director friend later told her, "You should have stayed and laughed out loud. That's what comedians live for." This is the awful truth that haunted her. Not that her father suffered, but that in his final act of love, she missed the opportunity to give him what he had always given others: the healing power of uninhibited laughter. Andy Griffith made it to his bedside just in time, whispering, "I love you, keep breathing." Jess. Using a childhood nickname Don had never embraced. Though unable to speak, Don moved his shoulder slightly down. His final acknowledgement of a friendship that shaped American television. On February 24th, 2006, at 81, the final curtain fell. Don Knotts' true legacy isn't just in the laughs or awards. It's the lesson that our deepest wounds can become our greatest gifts. That vulnerability, embraced rather than hidden, can touch millions. That sometimes what we perceive as weaknesses become our superpowers, if only we have the courage to embrace them. What parts of yourself might actually be your greatest asset? If this story moved you, please like and subscribe. Share your memories of this comedy legend in the comments below.